Hey guys, what is going on? It's Farther here, and today I'm going to be reviewing a brand new game coming out soon called Paragon. Now, what is Paragon? Paragon was released in March of 2016 as a pay-to-play early access game, but they switched to free-to-play back in February 2017. Currently, as is still in early access, you only have 3 different modes. You got player versus player, co-op versus AI, and then just yourself versus AI, along with bots on your team as well. And there's only one specific game mode, which is Conquest. What Conquest is you assault 3 different lanes, one middle, one left, and one right, and you choose a variety of different heroes and characters in order to push the lanes, kill the minions, assault towers, and eventually destroying the enemy's core, which leads to your victory. Now, the first thing you do when you join a game is you come into this draft screen, where 2 players at a time will choose their characters, and you can also tell your friends what position you prefer on the map. The enemies will pick their characters and you all lock in, and then the match will begin. Now when you join into a match, the first thing you're asked to do is choose a deck, which contain a variety of cards. Now these cards are used to do whatever you so choose them to do. Now you can pick cards that will increase, like for instance, your ability power, or your health regeneration, mana regeneration, increase your overall mana and health, attack speed, and all of that. There's a variety of different cards you can choose for these characters, and it's a really good system they have going for them. Now, you can level up these cards to increase their effectiveness, but it is only effective in PvE game modes where you're facing the bots. It is ineffective in PvP, as it's seen as an unfair system where people could have high-level cards against other people who do not have access to those same level cards. So everyone has base-powered cards in PvP. Now the first thing you want to do in the game is, after choosing your deck, choosing your first set of cards, and then getting into assaulting these minions. These minions will give you XP and coins, which you can use to level up and also purchase other cards. Now, cards either cost the in-game currency, which is your coin system in the top left, or you can choose to use your currency and buy either intellect points, vitality points, or agility points. Intellect increases your mana overall and regeneration for mana. Vitality is your health and your health regeneration, and agility is speed and defense. And then increasing one of these 3 categories will unlock your gems that are assigned to your deck as well. And these gems will give you certain bonuses and stuff like that. Now overall, your goal is to defend your towers here while advancing theirs as well. So you want to destroy the minions before they reach your towers, and also once their minions are destroyed, you want to assault their towers and destroy them to keep advancing towards the enemy core, which is your overall goal. Now that you guys kind of have a gist of what this game entails, let's talk about some of the things that are good and bad about it. Now, one of the things I noticed from playing with some of my friends is that you cannot backdoor the enemy core without having minions present there, assaulting it as well. This means if you and your 2 friends go and assault the core without minions there, it really won't do any damage because you need to have minions. Now, I understand this is something that most MOBAs should have if you want to stay true to the game type of the MOBA, and that not having that ability is a real downside because, it really makes it unfair that, let's say, they're assaulting your core, and then wait, if we can sneak 2 guys behind their lines, get to their core and destroy it, we can win before they kill us. And it's like, well, you need to get your minions all the way to the other side of the map in order to do so, and it can just seem like a very tedious thing to do, and you don't have that kind of freedom. Now, a second thing that's one of the downsides of this game, the matches can be really long sometimes. Now, normally these matches are estimated to run in length about 25 to 35 minutes. But I've been in a variety of games where it's run a lot longer, up to an hour, and even in some cases more than an hour. Now, what does this mean? Well, if you guys are at a stalemate against the other opponents, then you can get really tired, lazy, eventually surrender, costing you a game. And also what this means is that you can't really enjoy the game fully because you're playing so long matches. So if you're playing an hour-long match, you're not going to have the motivation to keep playing and investing into this game because you're so worn out from playing these dreadfully long matches. Now also, as you level up, you can advance your abilities. Your abilities usually have about 4 different tiers that you level up as your player level levels up in the game. advancing these abilities will increase their damage, effectiveness, all of their stats. Now, another good thing about this game that I want to stress is the fact this card system. Now, it's a really good system. You can exchange cards and get those points back after equipping them in order to mix match and have different combinations. Another good thing about this game that it's incredibly well balanced in terms of the gameplay and the heroes and their damage. There's no really one hero that's overpowered, so to say, but there are heroes that have certain abilities that may seem unfair. Now, a common question would be, is this game better than Smite? Well, in terms of graphics, I want to say yes. Now, this game is running on the Unreal Engine 4, which is a beautiful engine. Everything looks incredible visual-wise, and it's just, aesthetically just an astounding game to look at. And to be able to play on a map that looks this good is just insane. How does it run? Well, it runs really well. Sometimes there might be a little bit of lag, but overall, the performance of this game is incredibly smooth. Now, with Smite, the game is really centered upon the fact that the gods, the heroes in the game, are from different mythologies from around the world. Like, for example, you have Zeus, Poseidon, stuff like that. So it's really cool to be able to play as some of those heroes, especially when you hear about them in different stories that you've learned growing up. Now, in Paragon, the heroes are entirely created based on the developers. They just kind of made it up, so to say, and stuff like that. After playing both Paragon and Smite, personally, I just find Paragon more fun due to the card system that they have, how it all works, just how visually, aesthetically this game just looks as well. It's just very appealing to me, and overall, I just have a lot more fun with this. The only downside I have is just the overall length of the games tend to be very long, and it really just wears you out, and you lose motivation to keep on playing for a while, and you might have to take a break. Also, another downside I just wish they would add, which is actually very simple, would be a comm system in-game. Now, using your C key, you can exchange little text messages, as you can see throughout this game, but there's no real in-game voice chat, which is surprising to me for something where communication is key in this game, especially this game mode as a MOBA. You really want to be able to communicate with your team effectively. The fact they don't have in-game voice communication is just surprising, and it's something I hope they will add when the full release comes out. Because something could happen where you need to tell someone on your team something where you can't do it with the in-game preset text messages, so to say. And now you can type in a text box, but that also takes time away versus just saying something real quick. So overall, I think this is a very fun game to play, and I highly recommend to everyone to try it out, especially since it's free. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed, and don't forget to subscribe for more upcoming videos. Don't forget to drop a like on this video if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you all next video.